Welcome to Japan Web3 Weekly, presented by Wakyodo. I'm Keisuke Saved Company. This is episode 54, your source for clear insights into Japan's Web3 market. What matters, why it matters, and what's next. This week, we're shining the spotlight on a historic first for Japan, the imminent launch of a yen-denominated stablecoin by fintech startup JPYC. After registering with the Financial Services Agency as a licensed funds transfer service provider in August, JPYC is preparing to issue its new 1-to-1 yen-backed token this month. You could call 2025 the true year one of stablecoins in Japan. Not only is JPYC preparing its launch, but mega banks are also moving. SMBC has been working with Fireblocks and Avalanche on issuance initiatives, and Japan's largest retail bank, Japan Post Bank, with more than $1.3 trillion in deposits, recently confirmed it's preparing its own digital currency. Legally, Japan has been ahead of the curve. While the US passed the Genius Act this July to regulate stablecoins, Japan already enacted its framework back in June 2023 under the revised Payment Services Act. The law clearly separates stablecoins from crypto assets, defining them as electronic payment instruments. Only banks, trust companies, and licensed funds transfer service providers can issue them. To protect users, issuers must guarantee a redemption at face value, hold reserves in safe assets like yen deposits and government bonds, and keep those assets strictly segregated. Issuance of algorithmic stablecoins without backing is not permitted. For JPYC, the design is conservative by choice. 80% of reserves will be in short-term Japanese government bonds, with the remaining 20% in cash deposits. Issued tokens must be backed 1-to-1 and lodged with the Legal Affairs Bureau within 3 days of issuance. Users will be able to issue and redeem JPYC at the 1-to-1 rate with the yen, verifying their identity with Japan's national My Number card. Initially, there will be no issuance or redemption fees. The stablecoin will launch on Ethereum, Avalanche, and Polygon, giving it multi-chain interoperability from day one. JPYC's CEO Noritaka Okabe has set an ambitious target: 1 trillion yen issued within 3 years. In the short term, demand is expected from domestic hedge funds and family offices looking to exploit carry rates, taking advantage of Japan's low interest rates. On the retail side, JPYC could enable smoother overseas remittances, say sending money to students studying abroad, and eventually expand into trade settlement if global liquidity grows. Okabe has even described JPYC as potential digital yen for billions of people worldwide if liquidity deepens and foreign exchanges or banks support direct conversion into local currencies. That's a big vision, but one that's aligned with Japan's strategic push to position itself at the heart of global Web3 finance. It's worth noting that the regulatory constraints remain, such as a current cap of 1 million yen per issuance or redemption transaction. However, there's no limit on how much individuals can actually hold in their wallets, aside from daily redemption caps. JPYC is also required to implement AML-CFT safeguards, meaning it must be able to suspend use if tokens are linked to illegal activity, such as online gambling in Japan. Unlike JP Morgan's Connexus Digital Payments, formerly JPM Coin, JPYC will be fully issued on public blockchains, balancing openness with compliance. To recap, JPYC is on the verge of issuing Japan's first officially regulated yen stablecoin. It represents not just a milestone for one startup, but also a turning point for the Japanese financial system, with banks preparing their own digital currencies, regulators setting clear guardrails, and institutions exploring new use cases. 2025 is shaping up as the year Japan finally brings stablecoins into the mainstream. That's all for episode 54 of Japan Web3 Weekly. If you found today's aptly useful, please like, subscribe, and share. At Wakyodo, we help global Web3 projects enter and scale in Japan, from market research to business development. If you're exploring Japan, we'd love to talk. See you next Monday for another deep dive into Japan's vibrant Web3 ecosystem.